And now, the best 60-ish seconds of your week. There's lots of national news, but we're going to concentrate once again on the beautiful Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. On the national side, we really haven't had much of an opportunity to talk about Joe Biden's nominee for the Supreme Court of the United States, a radical liberal who, by the way, comes out of a very, very tiny pool of potential nominees because Joe Biden, in a genuflection to the woke left, said he would only nominate an African-American female. That really reduces the population pool from which you could draw somebody. Most Americans believe, as I do, that we ought to select nominees based upon their individual qualifications and not on other factors. We ought to pick the best person for the job, not the best fill-in-the-blank person for the job. Unfortunately, Joe Biden hasn't done that throughout all of his judicial appointments. This one, I believe, will be hotly contested. Senate hearings on that nomination begin in just a week or so on March 21st. So we'll wait and see and make further comment at that point. But the Ukraine crisis points up once again the absolute failure of Joe Biden's administration, not only on foreign policy, but on energy policy as well. We in Pennsylvania are blessed with trillions of cubic feet of natural gas right beneath our soil. Not only the Marcellus Shale, but the Utica Shale below that, and yet more underneath that we have the opportunity to fuel the world for decades, making us not only job-friendly, an economy that would boom, building prosperity for every Pennsylvanian, but would also make us energy independent in the truest form of that phrase, so that we aren't buying energy from countries that hate us, where we're not asking OPEC to produce more, but where we're doing it right here at home in the good old USA and the beautiful Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And so, while we go through the petition process, probably the most unctuous part of any political campaign, we're coming to the final days of that. In order to run for governor, you need to get 2,000 signatures, including 100 from 10 different counties. That's a pretty high bar, and this year the Supreme Court monkeyed around with the timetable and reduced it from 2 weeks to 19 days, or from 3 weeks rather to 19 days, putting a little bit of pressure on all the candidates. You know, ultimately, the petition process is an incumbent protection system that is designed to limit access to the ballot. And I'm one that believes that we'd do better if we had more open access to our ballots. But that is an issue for another day. It is Selection Sunday weekend. Tomorrow, we'll all know who's going to the big dance, because today, many of the conference championships will be concluded. This is the first year that I've missed the Big East tournament, and my heart breaks just a little. I don't know what happened last night because we recorded this before the game, but I'm hoping that Saturday night is a rematch of Providence and Villanova, one of the great championship games of all time. Went into double OT. Villanova finally prevailed, went on to win the national championship, and we'll hope for another result like that this year. I'm wearing my Villanova tie, so go Cats. And for now, one more thing. Major League Baseball looks like they're actually going to play this season. So for those of you who, like myself, haven't been totally turned off to professional sports, the boys of spring may yet be upon us, and hope always springs eternal. And for now, that is the best 60-ish seconds of your week.